What's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life and TV. I am Poached. You are here for another recap and review of Queen Sugar. This is season 6, episode 2, and Dream with Them Deeply. Now, remember I told y'all last episode that each title is basically a sentence or connecting thought. Maybe a poem, maybe a song. I still have not been able to Google it and find it. So like I said before, I'm thinking that it's something that they made specifically for the show itself. And with that title, it made me assume or made me think that this is a dream. Or like I said, or better yet, a nightmare, because I'm not as sure what exactly is going on. I just don't understand why in Queen Sugar universe, everything got to be so doggone downtrodden. Not downtrodden, what's the word? Depressing. Why does everything, like, they don't have no fucking good time? Whose life is this fucking hard? My God. It's like, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I said it I got my notes over here, but I said it at the end. This episode still did not pull me the way that Queen Sugar normally has in the past. There was a bit of confusion that I wasn't sure what was really happening here and there, especially with Ralph Angel. I'm not understanding what he's going through mentally for me to kind of follow what's going on with him. With Nova, she's paranoid. Maybe. Because as Miss Honey said, I watched Miss Honey reviews as well after I watched my own. And she said that she believes that something is really happening. Right now, we don't have any concrete proof that somebody is effing with her. I can cuss in 2 more seconds. Somebody's effing with her. But yeah, she's freaked out for sure. I'm not sure if it's all in her head or if it's just a dream. It's just a dream. Let me put some lippage on. So I won't, this is Summer Peach, y'all. One of the more popular glosses in my line. I'm smoothing it in because I really don't want a high profile gloss. I just want the moisture right now. Okay, anyway, as y'all can see here, I got my hardware now. I am wearing a heart monitor for a couple weeks. I'm alright. I'll be okay. But let's get on to this show. Last week, I told y'all I fell asleep during the first episode. I wasn't sure what was really going on. And they played it back at the beginning of this episode here, and I realized that Prosper was not punched. He was shoved down. An officer was getting aggressive with him, had grabbed his arm, and Prosper wasn't having that shit, right? So in their tussle, the officer basically shanked him or shook him, and down he went, fell on the ground hard as a mug, cracked his head on the sidewalk. And I was like, ain't that man been through enough? Ain't he been through enough, Ava DuVernay? It's something about the way that she writes or she directs or produces the shows that she's involved in, that she has a hand in. It's like she has to have misery. I told y'all before, I'm not one of them people that need to see a train wreck to know that it was something devastating. I'm not one of them people. But Ava DuVernay has to give you the train wreck. She has to make sure you hear the screeching of the brakes. You know, the gasping of air. You have to feel that. The pool of air that people drawn into their lungs. You have to feel all that stuff in one of her doggone things. And these characters, especially Prosper, nothing but trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma on top of trauma. My God. If y'all live this type of life, where every fucking time y'all turn around, every time y'all blink, every time you think you got a shining moment, the sun pull his shade down on your ass, I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, say I'm sorry. I'm sorry for you. This show is sad for no fucking reason. It doesn't have to be this down. all the fucking time. Let me get to the damn episode. So Prosper's in the hospital. They want to put him in a medically induced coma, and they were trying to reach out to Billie, his daughter. Now, you know, I thought that Billie might have been the one that was in the hotel room. We come to find out it wasn't. I think Miss Honey also, too, in her recap review, or at least in the comment section, said that she thought that this was going to be an abuse victim that Aunt Vi was helping, and she turned out to be right. Okay, so but Billie is here. She's arrived. And she came in with mad attitude. I was like, Billie, your ass ain't been here through none of your father's trials and tribulations. The borderlones have, but you got the nerve to come into the door and shut them out. I was feeling some kind of way about that. I understood wholeheartedly he is her father. But you ain't got to be a bitch about it. You don't have to be a bitch to the ones who have been supporting him in your fucking absence. Now, from the way that they have made it seem as if Billie was just ignoring her daddy, wasn't taking his phone calls, was dismissing his health, had better things to do than look at her father. And Prosper always said that there was kind of like an estranged relationship between them. With the exception of the first episode, he was like singing her praises and how much he loved her. And I was like, that's different. That ain't what he normally would do with her, right? And the way Billie tells the story, she has been trying to reach out and be there for her father. He has shut her down. He has decided to choose the Bordelon family, St. Joe, over the love he has for his daughter. That's how she feels about it. But anyway, at this particular time, she acting real shady, real foul. Micah, like I said, he was tripping. He was going through a moment. He was triggered off of the incident that he went through. And was I tripping when he was sitting outside on the phone? Did that officer really tell him to get the fuck out the way or some shit like that? And he wasn't in the way? Did he touched him, put his hands on him or something like that? And it triggered Micah again. It triggered fucking me. I was like, are we going to let the officer not be held accountable? Like, what is going on here? Okay. The officer that poached or shamed Prosper, is he not going to be held accountable? Nothing's going to happen? I don't understand. Probably nothing. Okay, we already know that nothing's going to happen anyway when we try to pursue action against them. But somebody need to make some noise. That y'all shouldn't just let that go. This man is in the hospital fighting for his life, and y'all just gonna sit there silently and not do nothing? Silence is worse to me. Okay, so they Hollywood, well, once they decided they're gonna leave the hospital because Billie was like, shut it down, I don't want nobody talking to my daddy, nobody should be getting information about his medical care but me. I am the only surviving family member, this, that, and the third. So yeah, don't give them nothing else. Everybody decided to leave the hospital. Well, Hollywood is getting ready for a TV news interview, basically about people who have businesses who were able to come back and bounce back after COVID, right? And I'm thinking, if you were able to get this news crew there to interview you about the real spot, y'all could have used this news crew for that incident with Prosper. But anywho, Hollywood is outside, and he sensed that Micah is shaken up, So he invites Micah to come by to the grand opening of the real spot, or at least come by the interview. Have some brotherhood time right there, right? As far as Charley is concerned, Vi didn't want her to know what was going on with Prosper because she wanted her to be out there and keep her mind straight for what she's out in Los Angeles for. What she's doing, though, she's getting a push to run for state senate. The big higher up politicians say they eye on her, and she seems perfect for the cause. She's smart, black, with a degree. What else did they say? She already has a reputation or something like that. Now, I was like, wait a minute, Charley is just a councilwoman right now. I was thinking myself when she said she wanted to move further into politics that maybe she was going to be like the mayor or the governor. But no, she going big time. She going big time. She is prime real estate, they say, for the Senate seat. But if she got secrets, they need to know right now. Put it on the table, right? And I was like, Charley was like, nope, no skeletons in my closet. I was like, well, girl, let me go through them. Let me see. How long. You dating Davis West again, the man who you and him paid off a woman, a rape victim. I think she had a baby too. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. You back with him, the same man that had another baby out on you outside of your marriage. Okay, and then you were responsible for the deaths of some farmers. I know your last little boo thing was the one who found that out, but I don't think that got out. I don't think Nova had put that in her book either. Let's not talk about all the stuff that was going down with, the sugar mill, Queen Sugar Mill. So yes, Charley, you got some skeletons, but there's more. I'm thinking there might be more. They're going to drum up some more bullshit for Charley to have. Okay. So we back at the hospital, and I'm Vi and Billie, they get into it about Prosper's care. Of course, she's going to throw blame. Of course, Billie's going to throw blame. Who wouldn't? For real. Like, seriously, who wouldn't? Especially when she is feeling guilty about not being able to be there or not being there, period. She had all these shoulda, coulda, wouldas that she could have did, that she didn't do. But because he had the border loans, that's what he convinced her to see. He got the border loans on his side, so he good, he's safe. But she's like, look at him now. He here in a hospital fighting for his life. But I'm advised, like, hold up, slow your roll. You got a whole lot of little judgment, whole lot of little nerve for somebody who didn't even bother to show up for him the last time. Okay. She said, when she telling you couldn't be bothered and now you in here judging us. Okay, he is my friend. I have been there for him through thick and thin. You can't shut me out. The thing is, Vi is making medical decisions for him. And I'm guessing that's what happened the last time around too. But Billie said, you know what? I ain't got time for you. I ain't got time for you, your shenanigans. She told the doctor, cut her ass off. I was like, well, damn. She cut her off. So I don't even want her visiting my daddy in this hospital. Keep Vi Bordelon away. Or Vi Bordelon Desinea away. Did Vi change her last name? Or she's still Bordelon? I don't remember. Anywho, who do I agree with? In this situation, I believe that Aunt Vi has a point. We have been the ones that's always been there for him. When he had other medical reasons, we were the one that was helping him make his decisions. I took him in during COVID, this, that, and other. He counts on us. We're family to him, right? So I agree with Aunt Vi to a point. But I also agree with Billie. She is his daughter, okay? Legally, she is the one who's allowed to make decisions. And they probably could have came to a medium. But Vi is so headstrong. She got to have things her way. And she got to tell Billie, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. That puts people off, right? You don't have any legal right to make decisions for him. Vi is like, the hell I don't. And I ain't going no doggone where. And she said, oh, you're not going nowhere? Okay, let me go and double down on that. None of the border loans are welcome, right? Vi's like, Doc, come on now, bro. You know me. You know I've been here, right? You know good and damn well who I am. And he like, yeah, I know, but sorry. Family trumps friend. Family trumps friend, right? So Micah's in his little study group with this little friend. And like I said, he's definitely triggered. He's having bouts of PTSD moments. And the guy who he was with, y'all, that's the one who I thought that they were going to make his boo thing. Anywho, if he ain't gonna be his boo thing, he at least is letting Micah know he's someone that can be leaned on. You got brotherhood here. You could talk to me if you need to. But that's the guy that I was like, that's gonna be Micah boo thing when I saw him in the trailers, because they had some looks for each other, or at least I saw the looks. Hell, dude had looks for him right there, right? So Micah decides that he's going to call Charley up and give her the tea on Prosper. And Charley's like, I'm on the first flight. You know what I'm saying? He's like, no, Ma, stay there. I'm inviting anyone me to call you. I'm going to keep you updated. She said, okay, I hear you. I'm on the first flight, right? And I was like, ooh, when Charley and Billie get together, they going to have at it for sure. They act just alike to me. I wonder if this is intentional, that Charley and Billie both have typically masculine names. They both were very headstrong, light-skinned women, and they give them the male name to kind of like go with their, what we would call, aggressive nature. I say assertive nature. But yeah, Charley and Billie act alike to me. In the meantime, Aunt Vi want Nova to go handle it. You and Billie used to be friends. You go over there and handle that, right? So Nova got other problems though right now. The phone call that she made for the police to come help is trending. It's gone viral. Now they want to cancel Nova board alone because she called on the police for help. Again, that's the lack of misunderstanding of people who don't know what the fuck defund the police means. Okay? It doesn't mean that we ain't gonna need their help. It doesn't mean that they're not supposed to serve and protect. It means stop arming these motherfuckers and equipping them with weapons and provide them with the training and shit they need so that they can serve and protect and not kill at will. That's what it means. Okay, but anywho, she's on the phone and she starts to lose signal. You hear a lot of static. So, of course, she thinks that her phone is being tapped, her cell phone. So she's, like, say, straight annoyed right now. And I'm not sure, like, say, if it's in her mind or if it's because the police are really trying to intimidate her, especially when we know that she's trying to expose them. But like I said at the beginning, I still think that this entire season is a dream or a nightmare, better yet. Whose dream or nightmare? I'm not sure. I would say Charley's. Only reason why I would say this is more Charley's dream, because she's the one that's seemingly having happy moments right now. She's back with the love of her life. They're happy. They're glowing. Her and Micah's relationship seem to have been repaired. She's getting these big offers and once of a lifetime opportunities presented to her. She even gets to the hospital and don't even have words with Billie, for real. Billie tell her, look, your Aunt Vi is overstepping. And so she decided ain't nobody gonna visit my daddy at this time. So, I don't know. That's what makes me think it might be Charley, because Charley's the only one that seems to be having successful moments right now. But she tell Charley, look, I don't want no bad blood between us, no hard feelings. But it is what it is. So Charley said, you know what? We so much alike. Same thing I said. We both want control. I did it with my daddy. And I missed his last moments because I was out there chasing power and chasing fame. And I hope you don't do the same thing. I hope you allow people to be around him that love him. And then Billie said, you know what? The thing is, though, I never wanted control. He's the one that wanted control. I tried to be there for him, and he kept shutting me out. And like I said, Charley took that a lot different than I thought, because I thought they was going to clash. I really did. I thought they was going to clash. She bowed out gracefully and then offered her support. So, like I said, I think it was Miss Honey who called it and said that the person that Aunt Vi was sneaking around helping was a woman who was on the run from her abusive husband. Vi is supposed to be over there supporting Hollywood with his news production, whatever, and she done ran off up into this hotel because the lady called her about a text message that her son done sent to the daddy. And I was like, why does she always have to be at this hotel? Why are they always writing these key moments in at the time that Hollywood needs her, or that Hollywood wants her to be there, So, but instead of her making her way over to where he was at the real spot, she decides to go over here with this lady and gets swindled into staying there for dinner against her better judgment. Now, oh girl, she ain't shit. Okay, you already know that you got Aunt Vi coming across town when she could be doing something else, about something as simple as a text message. But now you're going to guilt her with your son into staying for dinner after she already told you she got something to do. I don't understand this. I don't understand this at all. But on top of the fact, I don't understand why Aunt Vi is keeping this a secret from Hollywood. I don't understand why she needs to sneak around to keep this from Hollywood. You offering to help somebody get to safety, and you got to lie to him about it? Make it make sense to me. If y'all understand why she would need to do that, why she's jeopardizing her husband with these lies, her relationship, because Hollywood is over it. He's like so dismissive, like at the point where I feel like I don't need you no more, I ain't gonna want you. That's how he feeling right now. So yeah, I don't get that she got to sneak around and give her food. I don't get that she could have said, I'm helping somebody in need, as she always does. He may have some complaints like, you always a busybody, you always in somebody's business, but I always do what she want to do anyway. So why is this time any different? Like, you got her hiding out in a hotel, so it's not like she on a run. Did she run to St. Joe? Because if she ran to St. Joe, then what is all the sneaking around about? It's not like there's somebody that's been in your life for a long time that this man gonna say, you know what, let me go check over with Violet Boylones. I know that's where she went. It don't make sense to me, y'all. Anywho, I'm not sure exactly what Rod's going through either, They opened up with him getting news about the baby. Him and Darla learned they're going to have a little bouncing little baby girl. His reaction to that, having a girl, was strange. She wants to do a home birth because all the hospitals are backed up with the C-19 issues. And he wasn't so sure about that idea, right? He wasn't really sure what a doula is and things of that nature. It was like he was scared to not go to the hospital. He was like, something go wrong, we're going to rush right to the hospital, yada this, yada that, right? Cool. But at the same time, he was panicked just thinking of going back to the hospital to pick up the medication for Darla. That didn't make sense. First, you're so concerned about not going to the hospital for her birth, but just to go pick up some medication, now the thought of going to the hospital is freaking the hell out of you. Did we miss an episode? Was there another slice of heaven that was supposed to happen between last episode and this episode that we're missing? Because I don't understand what he's going through, right? So he ended up going back to the hospital after Billie decided to let the family come on in, because Nova again talked her into it, poured some guilt on her real thick, and she said, okay, fine, the family can go in and see him again. So he went to go visit Prosper because he wanted Prosper to see the ultrasound. He promised he was going to show him that. And when he got to the room, he didn't see Prosper. He saw an empty bed. He didn't see all the machines. That would freak me out too. It would freak me out too. And he's pacing around the room instead of running down the hallway, which is the first thing I would have did. Like, hey, where they go? You know what I'm saying? Pacing around the room, and Prosper come walk up on him from the bathroom. Now, the thing that gets me about this, he was at the stage where he was about to be induced into a coma. They were going to, freeze his body to drop his body temperature, to slow down bleeding, internal bleeding, and things of that nature. He was at that stage. He wakes up, walking around the hospital room, unassisted. They have him off all machines, and nobody got the word. Nobody passed on to the family. When Billie said, okay, all y'all can come in and come through now, nobody passed on to the family that he was fine. Billie didn't call and say, hey, guess what? At least to Nova or to Charley, you can come see my daddy now. He's up and he's fine. Where was she? Where did she go? Why wasn't she sitting in their room? I make it make sense. Well, Ross showed him the ultrasound, as he promised, and Prosper got in his bag about not loving Billie enough, which is contradictory to, like I said, what he was speaking in the first episode. And then Rod tell him, it's never too late to try to show her now. He said, maybe, I guess. I was like, does he not know she there? Did she just disappear as soon as he, woke up? What the fuck? Where is Billie? Why was she there? And again, like, why didn't anybody know that Prosper was up walking around kicking it? My mama was just in the hospital last week. They would not let her go to the bathroom without supervision. She wasn't in there for a heart problem. She wasn't in there for a headache, for concussion, for brain injury. She wasn't in a medically induced coma or a pre-medically induced coma stage. She was in there for something totally different. something that she could walk around all day for. They wouldn't let her walk to the bathroom by herself. They wouldn't let her even take a shower without doctor's orders. And this man is just up walking around with no supervision at one of the world-class medical facilities, as Billie would say. This is top-notch medical facility. And he just walking around all willy-nilly and nobody knows. Nobody knows it but me. I just didn't make no sense. It didn't make no sense. I was like, what is this about? But there was a cute little moment, you know, when Prosper was sitting there looking at the ultrasound and thinking about Billie and the fact that he couldn't love her like he wanted to, and he don't know if he ever gonna get that chance. When Ra hugged him and said, "No, Mr. Prosper, I love you." You know what I'm saying? You know, that was a touching moment. That was a touching moment. But again, this is another episode that I just didn't grasp. I just didn't grasp it. That's the end of Good Times, y'all. I mean, Queen Sugar. Y'all know I say this is the extended version of Good Times. I know I skipped over a lot dealing with Nova and the new guy Dominic. I skipped over that a lot. I know that her and Dominic, they're building this relationship. But I want to know why Billie owes her. When she had that conversation and she was telling her that she needed the family to be able to see Prosper, and Nova was like, "You owe me, Billie." Why does she owe you? I need to know that. I need to know what's going on with Parker and the Landrys. Are we just going to dismiss that whole relationship, that whole situation? We done with that now? Are we never going to go back and revisit Sugar Mill? Queen Sugar Mill? That's what this show was named after. What secrets does Charley have? You know, what other skeletons could possibly fall out of her closet other than Davis? And again, why is Aunt Vi lying to Hollywood about helping a battered woman? It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. Y'all, this is the end of this recap and review. Y'all let me know what y'all thoughts are down in the comment section. I don't even know if I'm going to edit this video. But like, comment, share, and subscribe. Peace.